Good morning, everyone. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Presenting before you this wonderful tutorial is Bill Kliman. So, to those of you that are new, make sure that you subscribe and you also hit the like button, and also don't forget to share to others. So, we have a question here, and this question is under limits, and we have been asked to simply find if the following limits exist. And of course, this is a two-sided limit under a piecewise function. Okay, so they're saying we have been given this function of f of x, then we have been told that, okay, let me just use another ink. We have been told that this is an expression 3 minus x, where the condition is simply x must be less than 2. This is the condition given. Then we have also been given x over 2 plus 1, where the condition is simply that x must be greater than 2. Now, we have been asked to find limit as x is approaching 2. Now, this positive sign here doesn't mean 2 is positive. It simply means you're approaching this function of f of x from the right hand side. So in this case, you need to ask yourself, which one amongst the two is going to the right hand side? Okay, and which one amongst the two is going to the left hand side? So whenever you have something like, okay, let me get back my black ink. So whenever we have something like x less than some number, then just know that this function is being approached from the left hand side. But whenever we have something like x greater than a, then just know that this function is being approached from the right hand side. Doesn't matter, you can have we can have an equal sign here, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. It's just one and the same. So in this case, we will first of all deal with the right hand side. Right hand side limit. So first of all, take the limit as x is approaching 2 from the right hand side. And of course, the right hand side is simply this expression. So we're going to have x over 2 plus 1. So this is just the same as 2 over 2 plus 1. And this is just the same as this one. This is 1. Of course, this is just 1 plus 1. And our final answer is 2. Then we can now try to approach this function from the left hand side. So we limit as x approaches 2 from the left hand side, you'll find something like a negative here, then this simply means left hand side. So approaching this function from the left hand side, it simply means we're using this expression here to be 3 minus x, and of course it will be 3 minus 2, and our final answer will simply be 1. Now the question they're asking us on B is that, does limit as x is approaching 2 of the function of f of x exist? If so, what is it? If not, why not? So here, after approaching, look at this. If you have a graph like this, Okay, when we approach this limit from this side, when we approached it in this direction, we discover that our answer was simply a 2. And when we use this root from the left hand side, we discover that our answer was 1. And remember, in my first tutorial I told you that whenever you have a limit, whenever you approach a limit from the right hand side and left hand side and you get different values, then automatically you know the limit doesn't exist. So in this case, our conclusion is that limit of x approaching 2 does not exist. The reason is simple, because when we approached it from this side, from the left hand side, from the positive hand side, it gave us different values. Therefore, the limit doesn't exist. Okay, so that is for part A. Let me get back to let's do part C. Okay, so for part C, the right hand side, they're saying find the limit. We find the limit as x is approaching 4 from the left hand side of the function of f of x, and limit as x is approaching 4 from the right hand side of f of x. So first of all, take the limit as x approaching 4 from the right hand side. Limit as x is approaching 4 from the right hand side. And of course, the right hand side, we know that it is x over 2 plus 1. So of course, we put our 4 here over 2 plus 1. And this is just 2 plus 1. And we get a 3. So from the left hand side, it's going to be limit as x is approaching 4 from the negative hand side, and of course our expression is simply 3 minus x, so it's gonna be 3 minus 4, and finally we get -1. Now remember what I'd explained in the first place. Whenever you approach the limit from the left hand side and the right hand side and you get two different values, then automatically limit as x is approaching 4, limit as x approaches 4 does not exist. Okay, so this is just how you solve this question. Okay, this is just how you go about solving these questions. Very simple.